Hi, this is Jeremy Katz. I'm here for ogilvydo, and I'm here with Lauri Saft. Lauri works on the Watson project, specifically with small entrepreneurs for IBM. And we're going to talk a little bit today about what's happening with Watson all over the world, and specifically with small businesses. Thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us.
Happy to do it. Thanks for the time.
So Watson, maybe our viewers need a refresher on exactly what Watson is at this moment. I think we've probably seen what happened on Jeopardy and in subsequent appearances, like as the food truck. But what's going on with Watson right now? Where is he? Who is he? How has his personality evolved?
Or she.
Oh, it's always referred to as he. I'm glad to hear it's a she.
Well, it can be whatever you need it to be. Right?
Okay.
But yeah, so where's Watson now? So yeah, we have put Watson to work in many different domains, and you've seen a lot of the healthcare work, Memorial Sloan Kettering and Cleveland Clinic. We really put it to work in sort of oncology and cancer research first. But since that time, we've been at the banks, in the insurance companies, in the ecosystem, which is the piece of the business that I own. We work with all sorts of companies, veterinarians, supply chain optimization companies, civil engineers, toy companies even.
Wow.
So yeah, we're sort of putting Watson to work in all sorts of pieces of the world that'll start to touch our daily lives.
Watson is natural language processing, artificial intelligence, and what was the third again?
Machine learning.
So what's the difference between all of those three, or should I say among those three?
Among those three. So they come together in a way that makes it important and differentiated. So if we think about natural language processing, this idea that you can take a sentence, the way that we talk to one another, our nuances and colloquialisms, just the words that we would use in a natural dialogue, and take that and break it apart to understand what we're actually saying to one another. That's the natural language processing piece of this. The artificial intelligence are the algorithms underneath that are starting to understand how to parse out information in the appropriate way. And machine learning, that's that secret sauce, because Watson gets smarter with every interaction. You teach it what it's getting right and what it's getting wrong, and with every single interaction, it's learning and getting smarter. So that's the machine learning piece.
One of the things that shapes us as human beings, that's the tools that we use. We're shaped by the hand axe. We're shaped by the bow and arrow. How will Watson shape us in the future?
Well, this is exciting to me, and I told somebody recently my grandfather was a bricklayer, and he used to drag me around different cities and show me all the buildings that he had built. You know, this is my staircase, and this is my, the high rise, and this is the state capitol building I built. And for me, and I think my colleagues, this is going to be everywhere around us. It will be in the TVs, smart TVs and the interaction models we have there. It will certainly be in our doctors' offices. It will soon be with our lawyers. It will be in my children's schools. So the way that we educate will be transformed radically based on being able to give these teachers and the students instant access to a lot of the information. It'll be in our own enterprises. Just an example from IBM, our chief health officer, who looks after 400,000 lives within the company, on a day-to-day basis is trying to find ways to either build applications or find partners who have applications that start to make our experience inside the company much better, make me healthier, less stressed, and ultimately sort of a better employee on a day-to-day basis.
Down the road, do you see a time when Watson should have a consciousness or a personality? Is that appropriate? Is that interesting? Is that valuable?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. I think it will not have its own personality. It takes on sort of the collective knowledge base of the professionals that it's serving. So the personality is really more in the knowledge that it understands and that it is started to integrate into the work. So I doubt it would have an individual personality, but at the same time, it will take on sort of multiple professional domains.
It's a reflection of its makers.
Yes, it is. This is true.
As are we all.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your time, Lauri.
Thank you. Thanks.
This is Jeremy Katz for ogilvydo.